my name's Jon O'Neill and I am the Faculty Director for the UTS Motorsports team. The Faculty Director for the UTS Motorsports team is in charge of overseeing the project, helping the students with the project as indirectly as possible, not directly because that's not legal in the rules. And I also facilitate all their learning and the budgetary side of things, I guess you would say. So the Formula SA competition started in the 1980s in the USA. And in recent years there's been a bit of a global explosion. So the Australian competition started in 1999 and UTS has been involved since the very beginning. So we're currently in our 18th year, I think, of involvement in the competition. The competition is about building, or designing, building and facilitating the project, which is building a single-seater race car. The UTS team, we tend to build everything on the car with the bare exception of some very minor componentry. So the team themselves are expected to design the componentry, then program all the machinery that actually is needed to make that componentry, or do it themselves by hand, and then physically manufacture it by controlling those machines, which is unusual to most other teams in the country, I guess you would say, because we give them direct access to that machinery as much as possible. Then on top of that, they are expected to manage their own budget. So I give them a budget at the beginning of the year, which is the project budget, and then I direct them as best I can to use that money appropriately, but at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to them. So if they decide to spend X amount of dollars on developing a small component, the rest of the car will suffer. So it's up to them to use that money wisely and try and distribute things correctly, such that the car at the end as a package is competitive, not so much that individual components are flashy, which is a very important skill as an engineer. There's always a fine line between designing something which is the best it could be and designing something which operates as a whole. And that's probably one of the most important lessons that they're learning in the project. UTS, the faculty in particular, the engineering faculty, provides the team with their lab space and their workshop. And we also provide them access to all the tools and facilities they will need. We've also had lots of involvement with the Faculty of Design and Architecture, so they actually provide us with access to their workshops as well, which we use for mould building and foam cutting and things like that. Then on top of that, we tend to provide them with all the software and technical support and training they would need to actually operate all those bits of machinery as well. The way our project now integrates with the course, so originally the project was seen as very much an extracurricular activity. So you did it in your own time and it had very little to any crossover with the university courses in engineering. What we've been able to do over the years is get a lot more integration. So we're working with lecturers and academics to actually facilitate students to do things across both projects. So whether that's work on assignments within projects that are SA specific that also help with SA deliverables, or whether that's doing small projects within those subjects as equivalencies, to the level of we now have internal internships. So part of the internship program is they can do their time in the SA team rather than going externally. We've had business students in the past do not so much take care of, but work actively on the accounting and the budgeting systems, marketing. All those kind of areas are ripe for utilisation both with the project and with coursework. DAB as well, we've had industrial designers use this as a subject in the past. We've had integration with them before. So it's all possible, it's just a matter of finding the right people with the right interests and making it happen.